Let me start by saying this is really stupid and nobody should ever try this. Don't even practice it, and definitely don't do it in real life. This is just for fun and for entertainment purposes. So I've got this old airsoft gun and I've got my friend Austin here, and we're just going to test a few of these techniques, just random things that I've found on the internet. I didn't practice these, I didn't research this hard, so again, this is just for fun. But he doesn't know the techniques either, he hasn't seen them. That's the point of this. We're gonna get into a couple different positions with the gun, and the caveat is this thing can only fire one time, and it's obviously empty before you have to recock it. So if it's a semi-automatic weapon, then you'll be able to fire multiple times, and that could change what happens here. And you won't be able to really tell where the trajectory is, but I'm gonna try to put the camera in slow motion to see if it catches if I'm out of the way of the weapon when it fires or not. So your job is gonna be to hold this in the different places we go, and then as soon as you see me make a movement or try to disarm you, then you're gonna fire it and maybe pull it back like somebody would try to do to keep control of the weapon, and we'll see what happens. So the elephant in the room for all of these is obviously if someone that's using a gun knows what they're doing, they're not gonna get this close to you. I think everybody mentions that. If you have a distance, then there's no way I can do anything to try to close the distance without them backing up or trying to fire on me. So we're just gonna assume he doesn't know what he's doing to the point where I'm close enough to reach the gun. So this one you're just gonna have pointing at my chest, and I'm just gonna be in my hands up surrendered position. I don't like how some of the self-defense videos say, you know, if I move to shoot me, and then gives him a couple chances to shoot me just to prove that, you know, he's going to do that. And then as soon as he's done with one of the shots, I move in and try to grab it. That kind of is not realistic, you know, it comes from nothing. So we're going to start with no movement, and I'll stop for a few seconds, and then I'll try to go into the disarm.
Right when I go to grab, my head is going to come off the center line. So there's a line here that imaginarily that's where the gun would shoot me. So I get off the line. As I grab the barrel, my free hand comes in with some sort of karate chop to the wrist, the hand area, because I'm gonna look to get his hand to turn and face him. Once it turns and face him, I keep turning. That's what scares the guy. When the gun starts pointing back at yourself, the guy might let go.
So we won't be able to see this footage until we go through it in the computer, but I'm pretty sure I got shot there. So what was supposed to happen was I was supposed to get a hold of the front of the gun and then turn it as I make contact with the side of the arm. So if I pushed here, I'd be able to release the gun, but you know, problem is the speed of this motion versus the speed of this motion is usually not enough. So if I'm trying to go here, he's probably already fired. And it takes me time to get there as well. Okay, so this next one, same position, one-handed, pointing to my chest, and my hands are just gonna be up again.
Abbiamo visto prima, sempre vedere. 1, 2, 3. Va bene. I couldn't tell, but that might have been out of my range of my body when it was pulled. I think that one works a little bit better in the sense of timing, because I'm not having to use both my arms at the same time. I'm getting my body out of the way first and then pulling. But again, I'm going to keep reiterating that this is stupid and this is not worth trying in any scenario, even if it's not real. So another thing is, we're just doing what the video did. So he was holding it in one hand for both of those because that's what was going on in the video. There's some with two hands, and we're about to do one of those. But again, I'm just following word for word, verbatim, what they're doing in their videos. So you can't simulate this stuff at all. You can do this thousands of times, but the whole your life is at stake thing does not apply as many times as you try to make it feel realistic. It's never going to be realistic, so the stakes are never going to be high. The person holding the gun knows that my life's not at risk. I know my life's not at risk, so you can never simulate what's really going to happen and how fast you're going to do what you're going to do. So that's why this is not a good idea to ever do in real life. That being said, the next one is going to be with 2 hands pointed towards my head. So this time he's at my head here.
I'm gonna get off the line and I'm gonna strike him. And I'm gonna attack in, bringing the gun into his belly. From here, I'm gonna yank it out, throw a fresh round into chamber.
Again, these are split-second results, so I don't know for sure, but the idea behind this one was with his gun at my head, I'm moving my body at the same time as I'm moving my arms so that hopefully the fire goes above my head, and then I turn the gun into him and pull it out. And you know, all those techniques after the shot usually work. You know, the people that are showing them, as long as they're legit, the techniques work. It's just the fact that you're trying to get past something that can shoot this fast. That's the problem. So this last one, I'm going to have my back turned and the gun's going to be in my back. And I want to reiterate that even if that first shot goes errant, you know, try to do what a gunman would do and pull back. And I know you can't fire twice, but see if you can get to a point where if you fired again, something would happen.
Shoot, get out the path of the bullet, shoot him, wrapping around this arm here, going to the throat, taking your opponent down just like this right here. At this moment, you can take the gun from your opponent, then do whatever you got to do.
So he's got the gun in my back, and I'm standing like I'm not going to do anything. See. Okay, and that's the point I was trying to make. We might not have even done this that well in the other 3 techniques we were doing, but if we revisit that with the gun on my back in slow motion, what I'm supposed to do, so if he stays still, so what I'm supposed to do is turn, get out of the line of fire, and then get my arm over the gun, or over the arm, and lock the elbow, okay? And then I would try to come grab the gun and see it's not even working that way. I've seen it done also in that, this is not in this video that I'm using, but where the same turning happens and then I come over this way and I try to get a hold of it like that. I've seen that as well, but again, the whole problem with this stems from when I'm trying to turn, that, you know, even if I get out of line of fire, which that's also a big question because my back is very wide, so I don't have the same movement that I have when I'm in front, where I can move the gun and my body, so I can cover twice the distance. When my back is like this, I can only use my body to dodge out of the way and use my arm to kind of push, but that's a lot slower. So even if I can get to this point without getting shot, I have to either go above or below the arm, and as you saw in the full time, full speed technique, he was able to just pull his arm out of there before I could get there, because that's what people would do in a real life situation. Go to like one of the first ones we did with the one hand like this. So do that thing where if, you know, once I get a hold of it, try to pull back too before I can
like fire it.
Fire and fire and try to keep control of it. But, see, okay, that one. Let's try the second one. Yes, and then the third one was the head one. See, now we just place our focus on, you know, getting the gun, staying in control of the attacker, that he's able to do that. Again, in a real life situation, they say that, you know, the person that's holding the gun never is going to assume that somebody's going to attack back. Usually someone with a gun's not trying to use it to hurt you. It's just a threat, and they're never intending to fire it. So they're never thinking that you're going to intend to try to defend yourself. So maybe the person's not going to react as quickly and as ready as we are in this situation, but why ever chance that anyway? So like I said, this was just for some entertainment purposes. Hope you got something fun out of it. Obviously, don't go trying this on your own, but if you do want to practice this for your own fun, then
don't ever use a real gun, even if it's not loaded. Use something like an airsoft gun or a Nerf gun that, even at its worst, can't kill you. But make your own opinions from the video, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and keep training. Wait. Let me clarify once again. This is not meant to be a slight at anybody. I'm not calling anybody out. This is totally just meant for fun and entertainment. I understand more than anyone that you need to practice techniques in order to make them work, and I didn't do that. I just looked at them once on a video and then tried them dry like that. It's definitely not fair to judge a technique if you're only trying it for the first time, so I'm not trying to prove anything with this video. So I just want you to be clear, this is not meant to be educational in any way. I'm just having fun, and I hope that this was something entertaining for you. Okay, now, thank you guys for watching, and keep training.